For international students, coming to college isn't just starting college, it's starting over. Every student arrives at school with a story and with a leap of faith.
When I came here, I had no friends, no relative, just me and my, I say, two baggages. So you really have to learn how to be independent, from adjusting to the culture, from learning how to manage your meal plan, learning how to cook, learning how to travel, do the groceries, planning all the traveling, going through all the legal documents. It really taught me to be more independent.
I remember on moving day, as I stand there alone, having no one by my side, I saw all the students like unload the car with their parents, hugging them, laughing with them, while I just basically stand there having no one beside me. At that time, I feel both scared and proud at the same time. It's really my first time ever realizing how independence could feel so lonely.
Just when I was moving in, I remember I was the first to move in, like my roommate hadn't moved in. And that has kept being like the same thing every year.
Homesick is not just crying alone or missing our home food. Sometimes we just wish people would speak our names the way we grew up hearing them. Hi, I'm Han Nguyen, and this is our story, a story of courage, culture, and connection.
There was one constant question that I kept asking myself when I first came here, was that whether I'm doing this wrong or whether it is appropriate to do so. Because when I first came here, I didn't have anything to refer to.
There are things we'll never say out loud, and there are moments when
I feel like an outsider. Like there's many moments. So even though my friends here, like American friends here, they're very welcoming. I know there are several friends who like, make the move to involve me in their circle of friends. But just sometimes, like I say, small details like I don't get a joke. I have to wait for them to explain the joke. I don't know like some cities in the U.S. Some small detail like how far is Atlanta away from Greenville.
One time, my friends were talking about football or sports in general, and one guy brought up like a recent game in the NFL league, the National Football League, and then I was like, they were all laughing around me for some reason, but I didn't understand what's going on, so I just kind of stand there and doing nothing and kind of pretend to laugh with them.
It was hard because like people were talking and I wouldn't get what they were saying, and like sometimes we were in a group and I was like shy or like very embarrassed to like just like show them that I didn't know what they were saying, but that made me feel that maybe like I couldn't never connect with people in here, and I was scared that I just like making friends here was gonna be impossible for me.
The accent thing really hits me out of nowhere because back home I didn't have to care about the way I sound, but here the moment that I open my mouth I'm different. I'm starting to do this thing where whenever I speak I hear myself through other people's reactions and not what I'm saying. So I definitely feel like I'm trying to integrate myself more into the American culture, trying to dress differently, trying to talk to new people, and really like put myself out there.
In general, it is very, very challenging for an international student to get a job here. And I would say most Americans don't really get it. But I would say, for example, if there are like 10 jobs on the market, international students are only eligible for like 2 to 3. And all of us have to compete for those 2 to 3 positions. Because normally only like the top companies, like companies at bigger state, have the capability to sponsor us to go through the immigration process. And like smaller firms cannot, they cannot have the scope to do so. So if we want to apply, we have to go for the top. I would say normally we have to either go big or go home.
go big or go home. But for international students, home is 8,000 miles away, so we keep going.
Special part about being an international student is definitely hanging out with other international students. I think like we have different experiences. We all think differently, have different religions. Just we like different foods, and I think as an international student, you have that privilege of being so attached to everyone in the community that's from different countries. That's such a cool experience.
I would say since my sophomore year, I feel like I belonged more to this environment since I got the community to involve with, like for example, like the RA community, the residents, the housing and resident life, the badminton club, my departments, the economics, the math department, the professors. Like as I have more time to to be involved with them, be involved with the Furman community, I felt more at home here.
Furman feels more like a second home to me. With each day passed, with each new people I talk to, Furman really feels more like a community to me. A community that makes me more stronger, more independent. A community that makes me just realize that I have this version of myself to be so much more braver and be able to get out of my comfort zone so easily like that, which is I'm very proud of myself.
Furman is shaping how I'm becoming because it has shown me that I can like advocate for myself, and because in a lot of cases, I mean, I've been under stress, I've been just feeling like there was some like injustice or something, or I didn't like something, and I have to speak up for myself because no one's gonna do it here. I'm like being by myself. So I think that's how it has shaped me, definitely, to have a voice, and also to be proud of who I am, I guess, know that I'm an important part in the community because I feel important here at Furman when people, friends tell me that they like speaking Spanish with me, or friends just tell me that they value me.
Well, culture isn't something that you left behind at an airport gate. It's something that you were born with, you were raised into, and you're literally like, it's in your blood. So definitely as an international student, I will try to figure things out along the way.
I would say as long as you're like proactive and ask for the right help, the right resources, Furman can help with that. I really became more independent. I think that's the best thing the American culture taught me.